Hello and welcome to this video, which is presentation for my newest invention, which is historically accurate Castle Castle Siege Simulator. It is a multiplayer game that I have invented and made, and it's here. It's on this little test server that I'm going to talk about in a moment. First, I'm going to talk about it. It is a historically accurate castle simulator. It's basically what it is in the name. There is a castle, there's two teams, one of them is attacking the castle, the other is defending the castle, and it is as historically accurate as Minecraft allows. There's no magic, no fantasy elements, there is just pure historical accuracy. That's not entirely true. This is the texture pack. This is the lobby basically, but it shows a lot of the texture pack. It's custom made. A lot of things is done by me and it looks very nice. I really like building with this texture pack. This is a store. You get coins for winning the games. You can buy custom weapons with the store. You can look at weapons here. It's fine. But I don't want to talk about coins. I want to talk about the game. I have with me my alt account here, so we can show you the game. There is a Discord. I'm gonna link to the Discord at the in the description. And you know what? Let's just get into the game. And there's also this random backstory generator. It provides you with infinite fun. Game. Don't get distracted. I will stand on this pressure plate, and first I will show you this upgrade area. If you're the defender, you upgrade your castle. You get a random amount of tokens. That tokens influences the number of lives that the opponents have, and you choose your tokens to upgrade different parts of the wall of the castle. Where you put your princess is decided right here. Town defense is NPCs. You can buy guards and healers if you upgrade it well enough. Tower equipment is the amount of flaming pigs and the amount of archers on the wall. I don't have to improve this by a lot right now. Walls, pretty important. Upgraded walls are harder to break. Trench, just an inconvenience, but I'll put stuff in it anyway. Best battlements, I'm gonna show the best battlements because there's stuff that you get. It's caltrops and spikes. Show it in a moment. And I guess that is almost it. Let's improve the gate once. Start the game. Now I am a defender heal. This is my commander. This is my backstory. This is my story that he tells me, and the speech. I will start with the invaders though, because the invaders are a little bit more interesting. So here in invader camp, first thing you want to do is to be interested in these horses. These horses is what this panel refers to. If you die as an attacker, you respawn right here. You can use these to teleport to these two horses, so you can advance these horses to be closer to the castle. The castle is right down this way. These guys have not died since last time. This is weird. I'll have to look into that. These are NPCs. They are not really that interesting, but they're here to prevent spawn camping. The more you stand on this pressure plate I stood on in the invaders lobby, the more you get. This is the castle. You need to get through these gates. You need to find and kill the princess. Let me grab all the things I need to show you. I moved the horse to the front and I'm here with the crowd. You can see my alt in the back and the trebuchet. So I'm a infantry person right now. This is the basic melee class. It has a sword for attacking, shield for blocking, and arrow protection. Most importantly, arrow protection. It's very good for arrow protection. Heal wounds is my basic healing thing. It restores a random amount of hearts. It's not a huge amount, but it's still useless. It has a 60-second cooldown and then it comes back. And this is one thing that you will like this class for the most. it's the set ladder ability. It's very good if you combine it with this, for instance. This is one of the siege machines. It's a portable bridge. It doesn't have any extra functionality other than the thing that you can walk on it and you can move it. You move machines by shifting into them and then moving. You have to make sure that it doesn't fall down. It has to have wheels on the ground. I still have some. Nope. Okay. Move back. Okay, there we go. So I have the capacity to jump over this thing now. I cannot jump back, seems like. It also gives me a 1 block up. So technically, maybe I could even use this ladder to get up top of things. I sure can. See? So I've scaled the wall using ladders and this portable bridge, just like that. The battering ram is another useful siege machine. You need to go into F5 to move it because it's in your face. But when you get it close to the gate, this is a level 2 gate, so it will work on it. So adjust, yep, it will lock itself into position. Level 3 gate is immune, but level 1 gate breaks instantly. Level 2 gate needs two uses. That's first use, and then it's going to go on cooldown. And when it comes back out of cooldown, it's going to be able to attack again. Before that happens, we could go and look at the ballista, because I didn't grab the stone for the trebuchet. I'm going to talk about the trebuchet in a moment. The ballista you can move just as the same as the other ones by shifting and just moving. You can also mount it, and then this appears on your hotbar. This is a very powerful shooting device. I just shot this flag completely off. This is a very powerful shooting device, and it has infinite ammo, so it's really powerful. But at the same time, you're locked in place unless you cannot move and shoot at the same time. So you're a sitting duck. But if you hit somebody with it, which I just missed, it sends them flying, and they're dead. The battering ram seems to have been out of cooldown for some time now, so let's go and take a look at that. Now, this cooldown can be extended by different methods, flaming pigs notably. I'm going to talk about flaming pigs in a moment, but if you don't extend the cooldown, then you can just use it again. Tear this open, and the town is now also open. So you can scale the walls to get into town, you can break the wall, break the gate using the battering ram. You can also break the walls, and there's two main methods of doing that. The first thing you can do to break the walls is to use the trebuchet. You need to grab a stone from the camp, you load the trebuchet, and then you have to grab another one, so you have to move the stones, and then you choose a setting from the things here. You right click the stone that spawns in the scoop or the payload, I don't know, and you press this button, and I missed the wall completely. But if I had hit the wall, it would destroy a big chunk of it. It's pretty powerful, that's why it's nerfed so much with the running and grabbing new stones. But also I chose a miner. I'm no longer infantry. The miner has several interesting features, including, can I jump through here? Yes, I can. Including the pickaxe that can actually break the walls. They take some time because they degrade into like lower stages, as you are clearly able to see in front of your eyes right now. So it always takes some time to get them get through. As a miner, the defenders will be looking out for the miners, but that's one way you can break the walls. The miner also has other abilities, one of them being set fire, which sets fire, which I failed just now because I set fire inside this block and the fire died. But if I didn't fail, it would set fire to this building. Believe me, it's true. Delivery boy is used for multiplayer purposes. It will restore other people's abilities, remove their cooldowns, restore their arrows and other things in a radius around you. So it's a good support class if you do that, it just people around you get their stuff back. Pin down is something that you use as a last resort thing if you have to run away from somebody, like this guard here. Let's get this guard interested. Okay, this guard's not interested, this one is. Bernard, if I use this, I lose my pickaxe, but he's now stuck for about 20 something seconds and I can run away. It also works on players. This one's AFK, so it doesn't really matter, but you can get players stuck in place just as well, and it's fantastic. Another class you can use is the Axeman. The Axeman is a mix between, like, it's the most all-around class because it has multiple things they can do. They can attack enemies with this axe, obviously. They have the throwing axe that can deal damage from afar, just like so. How is you still alive? Come on. You can replenish these axes by the supply barrels that are inside the town. I'm going to talk about them later. Or the delivery boy ability that I've talked about can also do that. They also can put down an oil barrel, and you can move the oil barrel just like that. If you set fire to the oil barrel, it will explode in a raging storm of fire. The miner could do it with his ability. The natural fire spread could do it. The flaming pig could do it. And the archers can do it. I'm going to talk about the archers in literally a second. Before that, strong axe can break down these. It's 1 per life use. It could degrade this to lower level and it could destroy this instantly. The battle axe is useful because it can also use right click to destroy things like this. This has just magically appeared once when you weren't looking. This is a spike, so if I walk into it, it slows me down and deals damage to me. So you don't wanna walk into them. The knights can break them. I'm gonna talk about the knights in a moment, but it's difficult because they have to find this little hitbox. Yeah, just like this. They could break this fence that spawns in there and obstructs you from walking forward. But the axeman can just right-click their axe, and apparently I was a little bit too far to break this one. But I broke the thing that actually, hey, this doesn't look proper. I found a bug on screen. Good for me. This is a 1 per life right click, so you will have to respawn or re-step on the pressure plate to choose your class to get it back. Now the knight is a very heavy and tanky melee class. It's slow, it's armored, it deals a lot of damage, it has an ability to give yourself and people around you strength for 10 seconds, just like so. And it has a call to arms ability that can blow this horn and allow some other classes to teleport to him. One person can do it. It's gonna be infantry, archer, or a miner. The axeman can't do it and the other knights can't do it. But then you can just call in some support. This hammer though can break these just like the axeman did previously, but you know, you have to actually aim and break them with your ability. Hey, we got the random event. Good thing. The random events can happen every now and then. They don't have to. There's a lot of them, and this one is the God Storm. And it does pretty much this. A whole bunch of storm, and this guy shows up and says, truly this is the end of days, wake up. This will happen for a while, and then it's just gonna turn into a regular thunderstorm, which is gonna be annoying for the presentation, so I'm gonna clear the weather for now. Yep. Okay, the lightning is gone. The hammer also can damage the walls a little bit. Just crack them, like so. Just the first stage. You can just punch the wall in frustration. It makes it slightly easier for the miner to dig through, not so much. The hammer is useful indoors more so than anything else because it can break iron doors, and the castle has a lot of iron doors inside of it. The axeman can also break iron doors, but it's slower. It's much slower. The last class to showcase is the archer. I think it speaks for itself. He shoots arrows. He has 30 arrows. If he replenishes arrows from the barrel, it down. It replenishes up to 20. And they have a dagger for melee attacks, and they have 2 very useful abilities, which is the barrier that spawns a burial like this. It has a cooldown of 60 seconds, so it comes back. But once per life, they also can set down a brazier, which is going to turn their arrows into fire arrows, just like so. Oh, the castle is already on fire. The fire arrows can also blow up barrels in a nice explosion of fire. They last 10 seconds, it's already gone, so you have to place it and shoot the fire at the things you want to set fire to make it good. To make it work properly. Set barrier came back, and I could show you that you can use different directions, and then the corners turn into full blocks, so you can build actual fortifications and defenses offenses I guess, if you want to advance to the wall and being protected from the arrows from the wall. Other than that, the archer, I think it's pretty straightforward. Nothing else interesting here. Well, I guess now we talk defense. This is my alt account, and it's a defender in the town. You've seen him already, he died like twice. And their hotbar consists of a battle crozier. Well, this one has a battle crozier. It's steel spear by default, but they bought the skin for the weapon, as I've shown you before, but it does like normal damage. It's the melee weapon that has no other use than just punching people. There's a bow. It's a powerful bow. It's 20 arrows. You can use your bow a lot. It will do significant damage to your enemies. There is a hatchet, which is here for breaking stuff. You could break the barriers that the archers set if you punch with that. You can also break iron doors if you get locked out by your friends, which happens if your friends are idiots. You know, it happens quite a lot, probably. And then the hatchet has a right-click ability that can destroy some things, destroy things like some of the siege weapons. Like, for example, okay, I mounted this, and I didn't want to do that. Let's destroy this trebuchet. I destroyed the trebuchet with right click on my hatchet. It has a cooldown, it comes back. Currently it cannot. It can also break ladders, which is probably the most common use of it, because you'd have to actually get out to get a ballista or a trebuchet, and that will get you killed. Your lives are precious though, so you don't want to get out. You can break ladders, so the ladders will be used against you. You use the hatchet to break these ladders. Now if you have the town, you can take water buckets. There is another one like this in the dungeon. You can take multiple water buckets, and you can use water buckets to extinguish fires, which would be useful right about now, because my princess is actually up there burning up, but it's too far away. I don't want to go there right now. You would be able to extinguish fires in the radius around you with this water bucket. If you upgrade your crenellations or battlements to the max, you get the ability to get spikes and caltrops. If you just do it one way, like one level, you will only get caltrops. You've seen what the spikes do. If you walk into them, you get slowness and wither. Caltrops are similar, but they're only this small and they're one use, so I can actually show you. I get slowness and some damage, but they go away after one time. Slowness lasts a little bit longer. Yeah, now it's gonna be gone. These guys don't go away so easily, as I've said, but your hatchet actually gets rid of them if you place them where you didn't want them. Well, at least like the part that hurts you. This one is still here, and you actually cannot break it, which maybe I should make it so that you can break it. As I've said, you can break these as well. Another thing you can get is the flaming pig. The flaming pig is basically what it is. You can throw it off the wall. You can get up here, throw it off the wall to break stuff with, or set fire to. There's actually nothing to set fire to right here, but it would extinguish, it would prolong the cooldown on the battering ram. Oh, maybe you would get set fire. It would trigger off the barrels, burn down the stockades, destroy the destructible machines like the trebuchet and the ballista. And when it comes to your hotbar, I think it's most of the things. There's one thing left to show you. So this is a one-time thing, but once per game, one person can become a priest for 1 life. You can go here and you have the ability to see the light. If you right-click it, you become a priest. The priest has a crozier that you can punch people with, but it doesn't really do much damage because the priests are peaceful. So you can right-click to sing, which is cool. The bless ability is your main concern. You can right-click it to give region to yourself and NPCs and your friendly players. So you could actively heal your princess or your guards or your friends, but they heal naturally as well. You have holy water, which is useless, apart from maybe you can put out some fire, but that's pretty much about it. The priest has one huge advantage. If you're a priest and you're still alive when the game ends and you win the game, you get a lot of coins. Get a whole bunch of coins, and it's a really nice thing. But the priest is crap in terms of offense and defense, so you really have to be careful about yourself. Now, let's talk other NPCs. You've seen the guards, they attack people, they announce in the chat that there's, see, enemy in town. That's what it is. Commander Flintcall is here to defend the castle. He also announces in the chat if somebody's nearby. You can move him by shifting next to him. So you can place him where you want. I need to die because I've realized I need to show you how the death mechanism works. If you die as the defender, you will spawn in this lobby and you will lose lives. Obviously there's limited lives, I don't know if you've noticed. So there's a limited amount of respawns. You get a choice where to respawn. You can respawn at the town, at the Great Hall, which is basically where the Commander Flintcall is, just a level above, or at the Princess. I'm gonna go to the Princess. There's a 5-second cooldown, and there's a reason for that. I'm gonna talk about it literally right now. Hey, spawn in the fire, because as I've said, this is burning down. This is the Princess. You need to protect her. I'm gonna just punch her off the fire. She's immune to fire, so that's fine. She is also immune to any damage as long as she has a friendly player around her. So if I'm standing right here, she can't be killed. This is why you have to kill the defenders first if you're an invader, and this is why there's a cooldown on respawning, so that they cannot just respawn immediately back and just make her immortal forever. What's there to be said about the Princess? You need to protect her, and the invaders have to kill her. The game is all about her. She has guards to protect her, and these guards will attack the invaders. They will actually teleport to them through the walls if they detect them. They're extremely useful like that. But that means they wander off, so you can shift by the Princess to call them all back. And they will get back. I don't know if there's anything else important to say, other than join me in testing it. It's Friday today, tomorrow Saturday, so a lot of people will be available for tests. That's not me. Let's talk to me. Tomorrow Saturday, and people will be available for testing, so I want to play test games of that. I'm gonna put the Discord into the description. There is actually the IP for the server in the Discord if you want to join in. Everybody's free to join in. If you're watching this and you want to join in, then you better join in because I need to have big test games of this. The biggest I've had so far was like 18 people. I think I could have more. 18 played fantastic. 2 people plays not so well because it's too big of a game for just 2 people to handle. Wanna try in? Try it. It's tomorrow probably. Or today as well. Why not? This server is open 24/7, so you can actually just join in and read the detailed tutorials in the lobby, because there is detailed tutorials in the lobby if you want some additional information, although I have provided a lot of information in this video. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching this. I hope you are interested in this, and I hope you want to help me. I hope I see you tomorrow in the testing, or today. Just show up. Join the Discord. A lot of information is shared on the Discord. There's a lot of people on the Discord already, and I will see you then. Or there, I guess. Makes more sense. Thanks. Bye bye. Fallout.